Hello and welcome to another video. Okay, so this time something a bit different. We're doing a collection video, something I've never done before. I don't know how interesting this is going to be to you, but let's just try it out and see what you think. So I've got two boxes here of Import PS2 games. So this is my collection of Japanese and American PS2 games. I'm just going to go through them and sort of remember what they are, why I bought them, and we'll just we'll move the boxes out of the way and then we'll go through them. Okay, so first of all, Kinnikuman Generations. Kinnikuman, yeah. So this is a wrestling game. This is more popularly known as Ultimate Muscle outside of Japan. It's got a lovely shiny cover. This is, of course, good old wrestling game. So I always think the Japanese discs always look pretty nice. Then we've got a game that I must have played briefly, but I don't remember very much about it. Critical Velocity from Namco. Yeah, I think it's a mission-based driving game set in a city of police officers. That's about as much as I remember. But looking inside, you've got an okay disc there, but I tell you what, some of these Japanese discs look really nice. Here's a great cover, and actually this is a case where the cover outside Japan was actually also pretty good. This is Castlevania. This is playable, I think, without knowing Japanese. Nice disc again. Might be worth looking into. Okay, so this, you may not be familiar with the Japanese band Sex Machine Guns, but they have a video game. And I was led to believe this was a fighting game, as I'm a collector of such and enjoy the genre very much so. I can't recall for the life of me how to play this game. I remember it was fairly unique. I think it comes with a poster. It's got quite a nice little box. I think it's got like a fold-out poster of one of the characters in the game, or at least an actress one of the characters is based off, or I don't quite know, but you've got a rundown of the band members here. Yeah, very unique game. If my memory serves me right, I could not kind of work out how to play it, but that's whatever this is, starring the Sex Machine Guns. So next up we've got Sega Rally 2006. This is a version that also comes with the original 1995 Sega Rally Championship. So 2006, nothing to write home about inside there. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to. The reason why I've got all these Japanese games out is I've recently purchased a PS2 console that will play any regions, so finally I don't have to keep swapping between 3 different consoles to play 3 different regions of games. Okay, so what else have we got? This one, Erementa Girad. Erementa Girad. This is a fighting game. 3D fighting game, not bad by any means. Not much to write home about if I remember, but nice art style, it's a cel-shaded anime style, plays pretty well. Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. This is a fighting game, but it's got adventure elements in it. It was released outside of Japan, but that is quite hard to get hold of. Well, it's not hard to get hold of, it just can be quite expensive. Disc is very nice here. So yeah, you can play it. There are a few little adventure bits in it. It's okay, it's not the best Dragon Ball Z fighting game. Moving on, Dead or Alive. This was the original release of the game. I've got this little plastic wallet. That's just how it came, I think. So it has a cover, but you may be more familiar with this cover once it gets back into focus. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Original release of Dead or Alive 2 on PS2. And then you've got Dead or Alive Hardcore for PS2, which features a lot more extra costumes and such. You can get this outside of Japan, but here it is, Dead or Alive Hardcore. Another fighting game, you'll see plenty of these in this video. This is Melty Blood. This is pretty good, if I remember. It had a lot of acclaim at the time. So, Under Night, In Birth, I think, is the series that the developers went on to do. It's good, I recommend it. Vampire, Darkstalkers Chronicles. So, of course, in Japan, the series is known as Vampire as opposed to Darkstalkers, but they've called this, Capcom called this the Darkstalkers Collection. Yeah, it's got extra bits and pieces on it, art galleries and such, and contains, well, this is going to test my memory as the disc flies out, but it contains maybe all the Darkstalkers. I think this was also on Dreamcast. So, Vampire Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior, Vampire Hunter 2 and Vampire Savior 2. So yeah, it's also got the enhanced versions of the original games too. So yeah, fairly complete collection of the Darkstalkers games. There's also a purple Saturn style controller you could get. It's very, very nice, but I don't have that, it's quite expensive. Tetris Collection, because I love Tetris. This is part of Sega Ages. It contains an arcade version of Tetris. I think you've got a couple of versions of Tetris on there. This is really going to test my memory because I've not played any of these games for quite some time. This is pretty bad here, but as far as I recall, it works. There you go, so Tetris Collection. Okay, so I've certainly got a few more games than I thought I had. Here we have the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game. I've never played it. As you can see, this one's actually sealed. But looks cool, looks interesting. Bandai Namco Games published it. I'm not sure which one of these is the actual developer, but yeah, I'm interested to try this out at some point. It was fairly cheap. Evangelion game, because I like Evangelion. I think this is like an adventure game, probably heavy on the Japanese text. It's probably very cheap. And oh, here we go. Again, lovely discs for the Japanese versions of these games. Of course, as far as I know, this was only released in Japan, but great cover as well. Arcana Heart. This is a fighting game. It's very good. I think the third one got released in Europe and America and such. It's good. It's a good fighting game. It didn't blow me away, but it's pretty solid and enjoyable. I got this free after ordering a load of other stuff. This is a pachinko game that is themed around baseball. At least I think it's pachinko. No, it's not. It's actually slot machines. Maybe there's some other gambling machines in this as well, but yeah, I've not really played it. King of Fighters Maximum Impact Regulation A. So I think this is the arcade version of Maximum Impact. Of course, this was released in the West as well. This is the 3D King of Fighters game. So this is, I think, meant to be very good, this version of it. So pick that one up. Cowboy Bebop. This is Japanese. Yeah, this is a cool 3D action adventure game that is somewhat playable. In Japanese, of course, you're missing out on the story and dialogue, and all the discs seem to be falling out of these ones. But there you go, we've got a nice instruction manual. I do miss the days of instruction manuals, I'll tell you. King of Fighters 94 Rebound. So this is the redone version of King of Fighters 94. Of course, this wasn't part of any of the collections, I don't think, you can get on PS2. This has a similar sort of upgrade to what they did with King of Fighters 98 and added 3D backgrounds to it. But I think that's somewhat collectible, that one. I don't really recall. A lot of these games I bought some time ago, so as previously mentioned. Bleach, this is a fighting game. I can't tell you the subtitle of this, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. I think Played a little bit of this, it was pretty good. This is an Evangelion fighting game. It's like a 4-player Smash Brothers type thing. And yeah, it wasn't that bad from what I played of it. Not amazing by any means, but pretty solid and enjoyable. This is part of the Power Instinct series. I forget the exact title of this one, but it's very good. I think it's probably quite collectible now. It was originally released on the Neo Geo, but it got a PS2 port. So if you like the Power Instinct series of fighting games, this one's pretty good. I think it begins with M. I'll try and write it in the video description, but I can recommend that one. This is an interesting one. It's Battle Stadium Don, which includes Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Naruto. Hence the Don there, the D-O-N, shall I say? So this is a multiplayer fighting game with characters from your famous Shonen Jump series. It's good. I remember this being pretty fun. Here's a similar thing, but a crossover between Konami, Takara, and Hudson. So that means Bomberman, that means Transformers, Adventure Island, Castlevania. Yeah, this is enjoyable in multiplayer games. It's kind of like Smash Brothers, but with different characters from different franchises. And World Fighters, TV World Fighters, something like that. Some of these titles are going to be a little bit difficult to explain. We've got a few more Japanese ones before we move on to the US ones. Rumblefish is published by Sega, I think, yes, and this is a cool fighting game. It's very good, very recommended 2D fighter. So yeah, pick this up if you're into fighting games. Street Fighter EX3, of course, this just has a cool cover. I think it was very cheap, what, £3? So you can get this game on PS2 outside of Japan. It's pretty fun, I like it. It doesn't get enough praise, I don't think. Pretty solid, enjoyable fighting game. More Arcana Heart 2. Still a good game, but it's not my favourite 2D fighting series. Fist of the North Star. This was done by Arc System Works, published by Sega, and it's really very good. Beautiful 2D art style, reminiscent of the Guilty Gear games. Do play it if you're into fighting games or just like Fist of the North Star. And at one point you couldn't get any other version out of this outside of Japan, I don't think. You can now. Super Combo, I forget the full title of this game, but it's an old Neo Geo fighting game that this contains 2 versions of it. It's a lot of fun. It's like Kazuya Encounter or something, something like that. I cannot quite remember, but yeah, you can download it now on PS4 and such. But it's pretty good. From what I remember, big character sprites. Vib Ribbon, well, it's not Vib Ribbon, it's Vib Ripple, I think this is called. So the unique selling point of this is you could take photos on a camera, upload them to the internet, put them into the game, and then bounce on the photos like a trampoline. I think that was pretty much it. I'm a big fan of original Vib Ribbon, hence why I picked this particular one up. It's a little bit confusing to play, but cool nonetheless. And then Bomberman. This is, oh gosh, this is testing me. This has a big adventure game mode, but it also has some a battle game as well. So yeah, I think it's based on a Bomberman anime, this particular game. And Guilty Gear XX Midnight Carnival. Again, can't go wrong with Guilty Gear. Been collecting these ones for quite some time. And Guilty Gear XX / Midnight Carnival. So this is the upgraded version of the last game. This one's published by Sega, actually. And that's it. It's another good version of Guilty Gear from what I remember. The last 2 Japanese games I've got at the moment. Sunsoft Collection. This contains Waku Waku 7 Galaxy Fight. Yeah, just Waku Waku 7 Galaxy Fight. I thought it also had Astra Superstars on as well, which is a game I'm very much after. but it doesn't. Still, two very good fighting games. Yu Yu Hakusho, I can't remember. I'm not familiar with the anime actually. I know it's an obscenely popular anime manga series, but it being a fighting game, I was curious to play it. I think it's okay from what I remember. And then lastly, we've got some US PS2 games. We've got Lupin the Third, Treasure of the Sorcerer King. I still not played this, looking forward to playing it soon. Action adventure game. Mega Man Anniversary Collection. This is a compilation of 10 Mega Man games on one disc. That's cool. Snoopy, the Red Baron. This is a cool game as well. You can get a version of this on Xbox Live, I think. Great fun game. It's quite affordable. Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 2. We didn't get Volume 2 in the UK, so I picked this one up, the US import. This contains the Real Bout games basically. Real Bout Special, and Real Bout 2, the newcomers. So, fan of fighting games, Fatal Fury specifically, very good. Fighting game based anime, Zatch Bell. This has some nice, lovely little scribbles on the front cover. So this is graffiti as such, but interesting fighting game. Not bad by any means. Didn't get the manual of this one. I think all the other games I've got the manual. So Inuyasha. This is another popular anime that I've never really watched, but it has a fighting game, and this is a 3D fighting game. I have a 2D Inuyasha game on PS1, but this is quite interesting. Played it a little to play it a bit more. Wow, we've done it. We've gone through them all. There are a lot of import games here, but I thought this might be a little bit different. If I was going to do a collection video, I really wanted to cover games that maybe you might not have heard of, and then potentially be interested in checking out. So wow, I had more than I thought, but now I'm getting a console, little PS2 that will play any region. I can increase my collection of both PS2 and PS1 import games, because there's lots of games out there which weren't released outside of Japan or the US, and it's great to have the opportunity to get them. So there's a big pile of games, and thanks for watching. Until I see you again, it's game on. Bye.